So got an update here. This used to be a room in the corner. If you remember in the last video, that whole corner was blocked off as a separate room, and took all of that down. You can kind of see where the line is across here. That's where the wall was and the doorway in. And I'm faced with a dilemma on this electric box. So my original plan was to take it off of the wall here, because you could see it's not framed, it's just kind of just rigged up against some wood here. It's going to take it off and build like a little hanger for it from the ceiling, so it would just hang down and support its own weight, and then frame up the wall behind it was my plan. When I took it down, the problem I ran into is I thought that big gray line coming in, I thought that was the main power coming in, but unfortunately it comes in through the wall itself from the outside right there. And the power is off. I got the switch off here, but you can see these are still hot. And this is always going to be hot. I don't have a cutoff switch outside. So what I could do is I could call the power company and have them shut my power off on a designated day, and then get all the work done, and then pay for them to turn it back on again, and just hope to coordinate all that, and that I could do this all in a time frame that they could turn it off and turn it back on. Who knows how long that'll take, how much that'll cost. I guess what I'm getting at is these lines are always hot, so I can't disconnect them up here, can't touch them, and I can't let them dangle. That's definitely a no-no. So I was taking this thing off, I got it loose, and I thought maybe I can just slide the walls behind it, slide the 2x4s behind it to sort of fake frame it. And I'm not even going to be able to do that, unfortunately, with the way this is. There's not enough line. Like, even if I pull this out, it only comes out, like an inch. And there's just not enough room to get everything behind it. I wouldn't even be able to hang it from the ceiling like I was hoping to. And all that's just not the safe way to do it anyways. So what I think I'm going to do here, the plan is to just cut along the edge here, down at the bottom, and leave all of this extra wood behind it. So ultimately, whenever I frame this wall, the wall is going to stick out, maybe about ways here, and then this box will be out like another 1.5 inches. So I'm going to basically leave it as it is attached and just build my frame around it. The trouble is that I won't be able to get house wrap behind this. There won't be a vapor barrier behind it. And it's going to be tough getting insulation behind it. I can kind of tuck stuff back in there like I want. You can see how this would normally fit in here with this insulation. I can kind of slide some back there. There's all kinds of obstacles in the way. There's screws sticking out, as you can see, way back there. And so I don't know how good I'll get it in, but I'll do the best I can. And yeah, and then there just won't be a vapor barrier behind it. So this is not a wet side of the house. Water's never come in here. I mean, this thing has been here for 15 years now, and there's never been a problem with water getting in behind it. I got my sill plate in nice and tight at the bottom, so if any water did drip down, hopefully it would drip down and out of the house rather than drip down and underneath that sill plate. So I'm just going to hope for the best that way. This will be the weak point of the house, of this room, in terms of insulation. Like, this will be a cold corner, and this would be the only potential place that there'll be a problem. Everything else is going to be nice and tight. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try doing. And then once I'll try to frame around it after I get the walls built up around it. I will try to frame around the electric box so it kind of looks intentional. It's going to stick out. There's going to be no doubt about that. And those wires at the top, the way they come in, I'm just going to probably cover those up with a sheet of plywood. I won't be able to really frame around those wires at the top. There's not enough space. But I'll make it look as good as I can, and just hope for the best. So there you go. All right, so I got that cut out around the electric box, and ready to go ahead and frame it. Just trimmed up along the side there. It's pretty smooth. And then I should be able to just line up some 2x4s here. What I'll actually do is I might just build a wall with house wrap right below it, just a short wall. So at least this part is better insulated and better protected. And then just stuff some insulation behind there. In fact, I'm just about sure that's what I'm going to do. So there'll just be one short 24-inch wall here up to the bottom, and then I'll have a nice long vertical here for a 4-foot wall or something like that across the side. So yep, I think that's the plan. See how it works. All right, so the first part of the wall is up, and I was going to do the whole thing. It's about a 9-foot section there, but it's just pretty difficult to lift and get into place, and with everything being a little bit off, you know, the distance across the top is different than the distance across the bottom. It's hard to measure and fit it perfectly. So doing it in sections makes it a little bit easier. In fact, I didn't realize it until I put this up, but the fuse box is crooked as well. It's tilted a little bit, so there's a gap down at the bottom between those two pieces. And unfortunately, that'll just be filled in with spray foam. I'm getting used to using lots of spray foam. But it's not too bad. The wall is, for the most part, pretty much level. And then there's a 1/2-inch difference from the top to the bottom here. But being that it's only a 5-foot section now, it'll be easier for me to fit that in, to make that measurement and cut it and fit it. So hopefully it'll be nice and snug. That's the next spot to do. But otherwise, this part's all set, and I didn't get electrocuted. Everything is safe, so we should be good. There you go.